and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans of all stature, it's time to play Two Ding Dongs!
Hello and welcome to Two Ding Dongs, the podcast where we review episodes of Family Feud and compare the survey results from back then to your answers today. I'm your host, Jim Blim, and I'm here with the Ding Dongs themselves. Say hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Say hi, John.
Hi, John. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, John.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm excited about today's episode.
I am also excited about today's episode. How about you, Jim Blim?
I'm pretty jazzed.
Hey, John.
Yes.
What's a family feud? How does it work?
Family Feud's a game show where two families vie to be the first to reach 200 points. They earn points by guessing responses of 100 people to surveys conducted by the show's producers. And so the game starts with a showdown between two opposing family members, and whoever guesses the response that has the highest number of responses, their family gets to go that round. And then the rest of the family has to try to guess the rest of the answers on the board without getting 3 strikes or 3 wrong guesses. If they do get 3 strikes, then the other family gets to steal the money. And then at the end, whoever ends up with 200 points first gets to play for fast money.
This episode aired February 11th, 1980. I want to... anyone who winced at that from how long ago that was, please send us a comment on our socials. But our two warring families are the Tacks and the Gideons.
Yep, the Tacks are back for their 3rd episode in a row. They're the reigning champions.
The reigning champions. They're going to bring on a tack attack.
Yeah. Attack.
Well, it's they are a family.
Yeah, they are. They're a strong family. We'll talk more about them as we review the episode.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But first, it's time for another segment at the top of the show that we like to call
Hey, Ding Dongs.
Hey Ding Dongs. This is the segment of the show where you can write in to us if we get something wrong, or if you have a question or just something that you want to say to us. You can write to us at twodingdongs@gmail.com or also 2dingdongs on Twitter, or that's also on Instagram. You can send us messages anywhere, or if you know us, just text us.
Yeah. Don't call.
We're not
Never.
I won't answer it. Just text.
Those who don't know us, we're not giving out our phone number or anything
Absolutely
like that.
not.
So.
Absolutely not.
So
All
did
right.
we get any messages?
We
this
do
episode?
have a few. Here's one from a listener. Hey, Ding Dongs. My daughter and I love your podcast.
Of course you do.
Our only suggestion for improvement, make your surveys longer. We love answering the questions and wish there was more to do each time. Sincerely yours, Deborah from Sheboygan.
Well, Deborah in lovely Sheboygan. You know, we're big in Sheboygan.
I think
I've
that's
seen the
in,
data.
Big?
That's in
Yeah.
Illinois, right?
It's Wisconsin. Yeah.
It does
I was
sound like
close.
Illinois.
Yeah. But yeah, so what's this? This is in reference to the fact that we've been posting surveys
Yes.
on our podcast based on the surveys used in each episode of Family Feud.
Yes.
But we've only been posting the survey for one specific episode.
Correct. And usually there's like maybe 8 questions, depending. It depends a little bit on how the show runs, but apparently 8 questions is not enough for Deborah or her daughter.
Or her daughter. Well, they're in luck.
Yeah.
They are. It's true. Starting on our next survey, we are going to be releasing surveys for the next 3 episodes so that we can give you all longer surveys, and also we won't have to scramble quite as much before each show.
Right. Yeah, that was getting old.
Yep.
Yeah.
50. This is a win-win.
Yeah.
A win for us, a win for Deborah, also for her daughter. Congrats.
It's a win-win-win.
So
Yeah. Win-win-win.
Yeah.
You're right.
win-win.
All right, great. Let's what do you say we move on to
Let's feud.
reviewing the episode.
Whoa.
Woo! Let's
All
feud.
right.
So as we mentioned, we've got the Tack family, the returning champions, and in their like opening image, they're still wearing the same clothes.
I think they are wearing the same clothes from the last time. Yep.
Yeah.
Because these shows were often taped
Right.
like 2 or 3 at a time in a row. So, yeah, it makes sense. They're still wearing their same clothes. They still are very, like, stiff.
Same configuration for their
Yep.
family photo.
Yep. Men standing up on either side like bookends, women seated. The matriarch in the middle. She looks slightly less murderous this time around, but she is still given a real straightforward stare. Nobody looks super happy to be there, which is interesting given they have won thousands of dollars. So,
Yeah. And they are up against the Gideon family, which I'm going to say it, the Gideon family, one of the handsomest families we've seen so far.
they're a good-looking family. I don't know. We've seen some good-looking families.
Yeah.
This one has more men in it than
Yeah.
our last good-looking family, which I think was all women.
Right. Yeah. So just to go back for the Tack family, just to review, we have the head of the family, Nancy.
Yep.
Who is the only person on this team whose last name is actually Tack.
That is correct.
And then we have her sister Joan, Joan's husband, Alan,
Poor Alan.
Alan's brother Dennis,
Yes.
and Joan and Nancy's mother Faye.
Correct.
And for the Gideon family, their challengers today, we have Augustine, Sheila, Paul, Ray, and Bettina.
Some strong names in that
Yeah.
family.
Oh, yeah.
And in their family photo, the Augustine is standing behind all 4 of them with his arm kind of casually draped around Sheila's chair there, and he's like, I like he's like holding on to his jacket
Yes.
lapel.
He
It's
looks very charming. He looks like he is a man who is proud of his family.
yeah.
Everybody is like, everyone else seems very like proper. Especially Bettina with her crossed legs and her hands on her knee. It's very like prep school.
Yep. Well, you know who has changed his clothes, and that's Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson has to change his
He's
clothes.
got a new suit every episode, and actually here
new
in the
boutonniere.
opening we get a funny little moment with Richard where the Gideon's families like the door plate with their name on it that opens and closes won't close after
Yep.
they've been introduced.
It's a real. If this hadn't been aired live, which I think, well, no, this wasn't aired live. This is strange that they kept this in. It's like a blooper.
Yeah, I think it really adds to the charm when they do stuff like this.
I think
I do too.
That's exactly why they kept it in. To be like, look at our charming tiny little old man host.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
sure Richard Dawson wouldn't have wanted to be called a old man host.
Well,
Well, let's see if these noises that he makes while he's closing the door are charming and sound like a little old man host.
Yes, let's do that.
I'll be right with you. I've got to do everything around here.
yeah,
that's great.
that's
He
a
seems-
tiny little man host.
So Richard gets the door closed. Here it is. It's in my notes here. The Tacks have won $10,816 so far.
That's right. That's a very impressive amount. You know what?
What?
I'm just going to take a second
To do what?
to find out how much money that is in today's
in today
money.
times.
Inflation is a crazy thing, folks.
I
it
bet it's going
sneaks
to be
up on
$40,000.
us.
$10,816 in 1980 is worth $37,241.17. Excellent mathing, John.
I was close. It was a
that's,
guess. I didn't do any kind of math. I just guessed. So, Richard goes over to go down the line and meet everyone. I guess Nancy introduces him to everyone. And we get the first in what is a bit of a running joke this episode between Richard and the matriarch of the family, Faye.
Let's take a listen.
Ah, my little darling.
Okay.
My little moon
My
cat.
husband's out there.
Oh,
See you later.
Is he strict there?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, the heck with him. I'll go over and meet the kid.
But he's fun, too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's nice.
Welcome, our friends. We get in.
Nancy with the he's nice. She's always talking about how nice they are.
Yes, she wants to make, like, she says nice so often, I'm always like, is this code for something?
Right?
Like, what do you mean by nice?
She means white.
I thought she meant rich.
Yeah,
but
that too.
Maybe both.
it is both.
It is
both.
1980.
Well, yeah, and he's we know from our first episode, if you go back and listen to that, but he's
take our
he's
word
a
for
movie
it.
producer, or was a movie producer in the 1930s.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Probably. And we know from prior episodes of the show that at least Nancy lives in the same neighborhood as Richard Dawson.
Rich.
Yeah, those are rich people.
Yep.
So, yeah. And also, if you haven't listened before, you should know that Richard Dawson flirts aggressively with every female contestant, but he's one of those magical specimens for whom it comes off as more charming than creepy for the people who are being flirted with.
Most of the time it seems that way.
Yeah. Sometimes not so much.
Yeah. So then Richard goes over to meet the Gideon family, and they are originally from India. And so, of course, Richard speaks in an Indian accent.
Yes. And we can't, and it's a terrible one. Let's just go ahead and say that right now. It is a terrible Indian accent. Also, we are watching something from 1980. It shouldn't have to be said, but it is 2022, and I just want to give y'all a quick hint on how to behave. If you meet someone who speaks differently than you, you should not imitate their accent back at them.
Yeah.
It's weird and rude.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's pulling his accent from because I believe this is pre-Apu, but it is very Apu-like.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that, I mean, it's just an Indian accent. Richard's, he's from England. Like, I'm sure he grew up hearing those accents and hearing people poke fun at it.
Probably,
the whole time.
probably.
Yeah. I mean, and he does it multiple times throughout this episode.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a reminder that both things can be true, that Richard Dawson is incredibly charming and seems to make the people on the show feel at ease.
Yes.
But he's also living in 1980.
And he wasn't a spring chicken,
Right.
as Jim Blim
Right.
pointed out.
Yep.
And,
Do you
it's
think
pretty
they'll-
cringeworthy to watch.
And then he gets another one where he asks Augustine where the family's from, and he says they're from the South, and Richard names a southern Indian city, and he's right that that's the one that they're from.
Yeah.
And Richard says, "Yeah, see, I know my Indians. Sitting Bull."
Okay. All right. Oh, buddy. He also wants everyone to know that he knows one Indian word, and it is sona. It means gold.
That's right, and it does mean he's like he thinks that it's a compliment to call someone that, and they're both Augustine and Sheila are like,
Yeah.
well, it means gold.
Yeah, it's just like a color,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
cool. So now we're in it.
Yeah,
Right,
it's time to play the feud.
Yep, it's time to play the feud, and the first question is name something you hang on a hook. And Nancy gets to the buzzer first, and she says robe, which
Sure.
is flipped over as the number one answer, clothing.
And so it's going to be all clothing from here on out, Richard points out.
Yes. And so Joan is number 2 in line, and her answer is meat, which I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen that in movies. I wonder how many people were thinking that. Apparently, enough people to make number 4.
So, and then, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say,
yeah.
and then Richard moves along down the line, and third on the line of the Tack family is Alan.
Oh, Alan. So if you've heard episodes before, you know that Richard and Alan have a long-running feud, ?
They have a bit going.
Yeah.
And the bit mostly is that Richard Dawson's making fun of this guy.
Yeah.
He is an odd bird. And so I kind of get it if you're the host of a show and someone is doing things a little odd. Like Alan, though he does give good answers, even if he's like the third person answering, he'll take a long pause before he gets that answer.
Right.
So Richard has to fill time and has to be like moving it along, and he does so by little vignettes like this one.
Well, how'd you ever fall in love with him?
Oh, it was real easy.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he always looks as though he's unhappy.
I know. He's very nervous.
He shouldn't be. You're a lawyer. Oh, that could be one of the answers.
That's right.
Something you hang on a hook. I hope I haven't depressed you.
A little bit, but
What do you think?
towel.
Yeah, it was an X, but I think that's a good
answer.
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
Towel is one of the things I hang on a hook.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
And you also get in there an example of Alan being deliberative.
oh yes, big long pause. He was thinking about it.
Yep. So then up next is Alan's brother Dennis, right?
Yes, Dennis, who, for those of you listeners who have been around for a while, you may remember in our last episode, Dennis is very much the opposite of Alan. He's a very exuberant, happy person. Like in the last episode, we saw him get one right, and his response was to say, "Hooray!"
Hooray!
Which is a thing I couldn't imagine Alan ever saying. So Dennis gives us the answer picture, which is the number 2 answer.
You hang
Good
pictures
answer.
on hooks. Great
Yep.
answer. So there's something here that I wanted us to check out
Okay.
from the audio. And this is a continuation of the Richard and Faye conversation about her husband. But I especially want you to pay attention and give me a reaction to the sounds that she makes when they kiss.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's your husband's name?
Stanley.
He's not going to get cross. I'll give you a little kiss for luck.
Oh, no, he's pretty sure. It's okay.
Good.
That was wet. That was a wet kiss. You could hear it.
Yeah.
And she's very pleased. Like
She is. She's
He's
got
a
her
charming
bedroom.
little old man host.
He's also like younger than her, for sure.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, she has her bedroom voice on.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she says, "Thank you."
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Don't
this is uncomfortable.
don't say that in the mic. We heard it. We don't need a playback.
Yeah, also, like, she did that not only on TV, but in front of her children.
Yeah.
And husband.
Yeah.
And husband.
Yeah.
But-
She's like,
Stop.
No,
I already told you not to do it again.
Nobody's on board with this
I gave you like
impression
a-
you're doing.
That's 2 strikes, mister. 3 strikes and I'm cutting your mic.
So Faye's answer is cups, and that is an X. Although I do get what she's saying. I have been in and lived in many places where you hang coffee cups
Yeah.
on hooks.
I was gonna
yeah,
say
and she
like
says
mugs.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She says in her
Mugs.
cupboard she hangs them on hooks.
And then we get Nancy, and Nancy tells a little story about her taking her son fishing. And so she says that, a fishy on a hook. Like she's 5, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That is also an X. Rightfully so. You do not hang the fish on a hook. A fish bites a hook.
Right.
It's not hanging
Right.
from it.
You might hang a stuffed fish on the wall on a plaque, but not necessarily on a hook.
Yes, correct. So then we move over to, that was 3 strikes, they're out. So we're over to the Gideon family. And they are deliberating. They're all calling out things. And they decide on the answer hat,
Which okay.
which is a pretty good answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
sure.
hang hats on hooks. But it was an X. So the points go to the Tack family. Our missing answers that no one got. Actually, Nancy was so close with her weird fishy story. Because number 3 was a worm or bait, which you do put on a hook
Yep.
on purpose. And number 5 was a plant, which makes sense, like a hanging fern. It's
Right.
just not the first thing I would think of.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. So the Tacks win because the Gideons, or they won the points for that round because the Gideons missed their opportunity to steal.
Correct.
So the champions win the first round, and now it's time for us to play our game based on your answers to the survey. So the way we're going to do this is we're just going to go one by one as if we were the families, and we'll get like 5 seconds in between each correct answer to call something out, and an X each time we get it wrong. And and we'll see which one of us can guess your answers
Yes.
to these questions.
The listener answers.
All right, Jim Blim, take it away.
23 answers on the board. We got the top
No.
5. You got to guess the top 5 of those
Okay,
23.
so-
All right?
Top 5 answers on the board.
All right. Name something you hang on a hook.
A robe.
That is incorrect.
Ooh. I'm going to say a hat.
4th place, 6.
Yes.
6. All right.
So a picture.
Nope.
Okay. Back to Crystal.
All right. A towel.
Number 3, 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Something you hang on a hook. Keys.
Keys, number 5, 5.
Okay. Something you hang on a hook. A jacket.
Number 2, 11.
Hey. Is that all of them?
Nope.
Oh.
Something else you hang on
Out
a
of time.
hook.
Do you want to guess the
Murder.
last one?
Yeah, I'll try something you hang on a hook. I am going to keep talking like this, just like all of the contestants on Family Feud when they don't know what they want to say, because I am going to say that you hang on a hook something
10 seconds.
that is called a
5 seconds.
coat.
Number 1 with 40.
Goodness. Blowing it away. All right.
Yep.
Wait,
that
Top
was it.
5?
Yep.
That goes
Okay.
on me.
So number 1 was coat. Number 2 was jacket. Number 3 was towel. 4 was hat. 5 was keys.
All right,
All
so
right,
what's
and
our
what
score
of
at the end
our-
of the round?
So Crystal has 23. John has 46.
Ooh, big lead, big lead.
Big
All right,
lead.
so what are notable funny ones?
There's some, I mean, I wouldn't call them funny. A lot of them are very concerning.
Maybe not funny, haha.
Yeah.
Funny, strange.
Yeah. Number 13, carcass.
Oh, a carcass.
Okay.
Number 18, horror movie victim.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
a carcass.
Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty much someone said worm, which was the
Okay.
bait,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it was number
Right.
11, so not a
Yeah.
lot of people thinking about fishing. Oh, someone did say fish, and they said it more than worm.
Oh,
Oh.
2
Oh.
other people said fish instead of worm.
see?
3 ding dongs said fish.
Yep.
Only one ding dong said worm.
There you go,
Yep.
Nancy.
No,
You have been vindicated, Nancy.
very
Yep.
much so.
All right.
Okay, so great. Now it's time for question number 2
Mm-hmm.
from the game. So Joan and Sheila are at the podium, and Richard asked the question, name something Mother Nature has given to animals to protect themselves with.
Nice.
Actually, I should say there's a nice little moment where Richard has Sheila kind of trot out in front of the podium to show off how beautiful her sari is that she's wearing, which is a nice way of pointing out that someone is from a different culture.
Yes.
Like, oh, wow, look at your beautiful clothes. Tell me more about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he trotted her out to show off her sari, I thought about how there probably weren't a lot of people who knew about like what a sari was in 1980. So that was probably a
Yeah.
very new thing for those people. And then I thought there's probably people right now who don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So
Some people
I-
think that you're just apologizing right now. But it's spelled
I sound-
S-A-R-Y.
no, SARI.
Oh.
Also, it just sounds like I'm Canadian, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Clearly.
sorry that much. So I looked into it just a little bit to give us a little overview of what a sari is. A sari refers to a rectangular piece of cloth that's between 5 and 9 yards in length. Also, all of this information that I'm pulling out is from the Times of India .indiatimes.com, and also fashion history lovetalknow.com. Go look them up. They
Love Talk Now.
It's Love Talk with like TikTok,
Oh.
but without the C. It's literally like the app.
Oh.
I don't know. It may be some word in a different language. I don't know. So in India alone, around 100 forms of drapes continue to be worn. So like a sari is literally the piece of fabric that they are wearing, but there are 100 different ways to drape that fabric, and they all have different cultural meanings. Something that I thought was very interesting is that the origin of the drape and a garment similar to the sari can be traced back to the Indus Valley civilization, which came into being in 2800 BC in northwest India. So
Wow. That's a long time ago.
it is a very long time ago, and people are still wearing it today. It is something that you can wear for everyday use. There are many different variations. They go from very plain to very ornate. And traditionally, the sari is something that you wear once you've become a woman. Like, so once you've hit puberty, you can wear a sari. And they're like, the most fancy of them are usually saved for weddings. So when children are small, their mothers start collecting their wedding wardrobe.
Cool.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fun facts out there. So I think if you're interested, you should go a-Googling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Check out your local library for more information about
That's
saris.
right.
All right. So the question again is, name something Mother Nature has given to animals to protect themselves with.
Mm-hmm.
And Joan buzzes in first. It says different colored coats,
Okay.
which, yeah, sure. Yeah, like camouflage,
Yep.
right? Like, which comes up number 2 for hair and fur, which I think might be slightly different from what she meant.
Yes.
Like, I think that's more like for what the
Warmth?
survey is saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I
But
guess you could protect yourself from the elements. I guess that could be a thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
But I don't think she meant that.
Right.
Yeah, it did seem like it was a camouflage.
Yeah.
So Sheila is actually on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Because she says hiding places for them to hide their children.
Yeah, they're young.
Right,
Like
like-
dens.
Yeah. Okay. So, but that is a incorrect guess. She gets a big ol' X. And so we go over to our champions, the Tack family, and we're right back into it with Richard and Alan. And once again, let's listen to Richard Dawson try to fill space while Alan, as is his
Ponders.
right, takes the amount of time they're giving him to ponder the question and come
Absolutely.
up with a good answer.
Something Mother Nature has given to animals to protect themselves with.
He's warming up.
Imagine if he was defending you. This guy's a lawyer.
He's good.
By the time he said, I object, it'd all be over. The case, you'd be found guilty and schlepped into prison. I was going to say, yeah.
How about sharp teeth?
Aha.
Number 3 answer.
Yeah,
Good
it's
answer.
a good answer. I agree with his family, and they're clapping.
Yep.
Good answer. I do think that it's interesting that Alan is the only person who does the silent pondering instead of the like just jibber jabbering like you are,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you did.
It might be part of his like legal training. Like,
It may be.
Like
Yeah.
he's comfortable like just taking his time to think about something before he speaks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. So up next is Dennis. Your boy Dennis says claws. Ding ding ding. Number 1 answer.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yay who?
Yay. Hooray.
Hooray.
He said
Hooray.
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 Yes.
And then it's down to Faye. And Faye guesses that the thing that Mother Nature gives animals to protect them is a sense of smell.
Which, sure. They
Okay.
can smell predators. I think Richard also says like like skunks. So I think
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
even thinking of emitting a smell.
That one's wrong.
Yep.
We come back around to Nancy, who guesses quills / spines.
Yep.
Great answer.
Legit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's the second strike. It's Joan's turn. Her family needs her.
That's true.
As Ray Combs would say, we'll get to Ray Combs at some point in this podcast.
Will we?
She says speed.
Perfect.
Another great
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
These ding dongs did not think any of these good answers were worth answering on the survey. Clearly.
Yeah.
So we go over to the Gideon family and their chance to steal again, their second chance to steal. And Augustine guesses thick skin.
Yep. Fair.
Richard says that elephants have thick skin. You can insult them all day and they never get hurt.
Hey.
Heyo.
But that is once again incorrect. The Gideons fail in their attempt to steal from the tax. The tax get the money. The two answers that no one got were number 4, odor.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, that's where Richard said like a
But
skunk.
Faye said sense of
A sense of smell
Yeah,
isn't the
sense
same
of
as an
smell.
odor. Yeah.
And number 5 was shells. And Richard was like, "Oh yeah, ammunition."
Yes, because these animals are shooting at each other. Makes sense.
So the Gideons missed their second chance, and I feel like this is starting to be a trend with the Tack family. For the last 2 episodes, they have won. It's not so much been them winning as it has been the other team losing.
Yes, I think that that's true. Although I would blame this question being lost from the survey respondents because there were a lot of good answers that just all of the answers that were given were good answers that just weren't on there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, odor and shells, sure, but come on. Spines, quills, speed, those
Yeah.
are all, I think those are more protective than odor.
So, John, name.
Yes, Jim Clem.
That's right. That's my name. Name something Mother Nature has given to animals to protect themselves with.
How many answers do we have?
We have 5 answers on the board, 24 in total.
Claws.
Number 1, 28.
Boom.
Ooh.
Quills.
No.
Teeth.
Number 2, 12.
Okay. Smells.
No.
No?
There's no smells.
No odor, no stink?
No, no stinks.
Shells.
Number 5 with 6 points. 5 seconds are up.
Mer.
Brr.
Camouflage?
Nope.
What?
Here is something that Mother Nature has given to animals to protect themselves with.
Okay.
It is a thing that animals use to protect themselves.
This is an
This
answer, not
guy.
a thesis statement. Give the answer.
I am going to say teeth.
I already
We
you
already
already said
said
that?
teeth.
Speed.
Nope.
That's 3 X's for me.
Yep.
Okay.
You have one last chance.
All right. Loud sounds like barking.
Nope.
Oh.
That's an X. That's 3 X's.
Well,
All right,
she still
well,
won.
I
though.
won that round,
Yep.
but I get no points.
let me.
So I get 12 points and from the first round.
No, because I struck out first. So what was the rest of our top 5? And then what are some interesting ones?
So the 2 that you guys missed was fur, which
Okay.
tied teeth at 12, and venom, which was 9.
Venom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer.
Here's some standouts. Mud,
Mud.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
stick, 1 stick,
One stick. Singular stick.
bright colors,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, hair.
Okay.
Just hair, just normal hair. Instinct, just flat
Sure.
out.
Yeah.
And trees.
Trees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good answers, everybody.
Great answers.
So what's the current score in our game?
Crystal's catching up with a smooth 35. John is stuck at 46 because he struck out first.
Got it.
All right, so we're on to our third question. It is Paul versus Alan.
Paul is, how old would you say Paul is?
I would guess Paul at like 14 or 15. He's very young.
Yeah.
And then he's up against the foil to Richard, Alan, the somber and contemplative.
Deliberative?
Deliberative.
Deliberate, maybe?
What were you trying to say?
Contemplative?
Yes, but is that how you say it?
I don't know.
I've only read it.
You guys at home, tell us. Don't like tell us online, but tell us where you're listening. Just shout it at whatever device you're listening to us right now, and we'll hear it.
Yeah,
we'll take note of it.
We'll feel it.
So anyway, it's young Paul versus old eyebrows McGee.
Yes, and their question is: name a tropical fruit. Alan gets in there first, and he says grapefruit. Sure, it's a citrus.
Guess it's citrus, but is it tropical?
Is it tropical?
Well,
like we're...
as it turns out, I did answer the question for myself. What makes a fruit tropical?
Oh, are there is there a checklist of like, here's what makes a fruit tropical?
Well, I got this information. It's very short from the International Tropical Fruits Network. Which
They would be the ones to know.
They would. And they say, tropical fruits are defined as fruits that are grown in hot and humid regions within the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, covering most of the tropical and subtropical areas of Asia, Africa, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, and Oceania.
Wait, so it all just depends on where the fruit's coming from?
Yeah, it's not where the fruit is grown currently. It's where it naturally occurred. So a banana is still tropical, even if it's being grown in, like, Florida.
Because originally it's from the tropics.
Correct. Yes. It would naturally occur in the tropics, whereas anywhere else, you would have to, plant it on purpose.
Do you know where their grapefruit grows in the tropics naturally? Or they're just wild grapefruit?
It is, the grapefruit originated in Barbados, so yes.
Okay.
That is a tropical fruit by definition, but it was not on the board.
That's
so
correct.
He gets an X, and then they go to Paul, who answers mango, which is also a tropical fruit and is number 4 on the board. So they get to go see if they want to play, and they do. But first, we have a little interaction, as one would imagine, between Richard and Alan. Can we listen to that?
You want to play?
We'll play, Richard.
Okay. You're an attorney. I can't believe... Well, you wouldn't... Come here. You can't leave the front of the bench like this before the judge tells you you're dismissed.
Am I in contempt?
Go back to your desk. I can't believe him. I turned around, he was gone.
Gotta hand it to Alan there. He really threw Richard one that Richard couldn't hit back.
Yeah, he did.
Am I in contempt? And Richard didn't have a swing to come back at him with on that one. So it's currently, if you're keeping score at home, Richard Dawson 437. Alan 1.
1. He made it in. Hey, sometimes it's just worth it to get on the board.
But then we get to go over to the Gideon family for the first time.
That's right. And so next up is Ray. He's the other son of the family. He seems like he's a slight bit older than Alan, but probably not much.
Like a couple years, maybe.
A couple of years, yeah. He says grapes. No.
I don't think so.
No, because...
I think that's in the States.
Well, they do grow in the States, but a lot of tropical fruits do grow in the States.
Yeah, but like grapes grow in France.
They
right?
do, yes.
And yeah, Italy
So-
and places like that aren't the tropics.
Wait,
Well, and the very informed survey respondents agree that those are not tropical fruits. Big X on the board. So then we go to Bettina, who is the daughter of the Gideon family and is very lovely. And Richard does take some time to tell her how pretty she is, and it is only slightly uncomfortable because she's clearly a teenager.
Yeah, she does have a glow to her that's undeniable.
They're all beautiful.
They are
They're a
very
beautiful family.
Very nice looking family.
Yeah, some real winner genetic choices were made.
Yeah.
So Bettina says pineapple, clearly tropical, and is our number one answer on the board.
Yeah, top-notch answer.
Yep, perfect. So then they go back up to the top of the family to Augustine, and he has an interesting answer that perplexes Richard a bit. So let's listen to that.
Augustine?
Richard, I would say custard.
Custard?
Yeah,
That's what happens.
custard apple.
Oh, custard apple. Okay. Custard apple. Frightened the life out of me there for a moment. Is that a fruit particular to India?
Yeah.
That's right, because we haven't surveyed a lot of people from India when we do this. But if we happen to do this question in Bombay, that'll probably be the number one answer. The dreaded custard apple?
The dreaded custard apple. I will say, gotta hand it to Sheila being right there to back up her husband to be like, he's talking about custard apple.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what the heck is a custard apple?
Well, I also had the same question because I had never heard of that. But a custard apple technically is like a full genus of small tree and shrub species that are native to the tropics.
Okay. Oh, so it is a tropical fruit.
It is a tropical fruit, absolutely. And there are different types of them. They do have one called the common custard apple, which is probably what Augustine was talking about. But they also have other ones that are called sugar apple or bullock's heart, which is very strange. And another one that is called an alligator apple.
Wow, lots of different types of custard apples. But
Absolutely.
so my question is though, how much like apples are they?
They're the same size and general shape as apples, but they're very different looking depending on which one. The main custard apple that I looked at had almost a quilted appearance where it was like segments.
Sort of like a pineapple?
Kind of, but like not pokey.
Okay. Yeah. But like the sort of pattern of that a pineapple looks like from the outside.
Absolutely. From the source, which I took from was the Britannica.com, they described it as the fruits being often scaly and succulent and sometimes segmented. So the ones that I saw were segmented.
Okay.
And they are of local importance as a traditional medicine and for the West Indies. And several species are commercially grown for their edible fruits. So people eat custard apples. They are tropical fruits. They are very important in India and other regions near about.
What was that you said? What in succulent?
I said scaly.
Scaly and succulent.
Yeah,
That's what.
like old Greg.
That's like a scaly succulent manfish.
That's right.
Yeah. So that is not a correct guess.
Well, it's not on the board.
Right.
It was a correct guess, but it was not on the board. Much like the grapefruit was a tropical fruit, but not on the board. So we get another X. We're 2 strikes in. And then we go to Sheila, the matriarch of the family, and she says papaya.
Great answer.
Great answer. Number 3.
Good job, Sheila.
Also, good job, survey respondents. I'm kind of proud of the 100 randos in 1980
That knew what
who
a
knew what
papaya
a
was?
papaya
Yeah.
was. I'm pretty sure nobody in my hometown had seen a papaya
Yeah.
in 1980. Then we come to Paul, and he says banana.
Boom.
Boom, number 2. Then we go to Ray. Oh, Ray. Sweet Ray. And he says peach. Decidedly not.
Is it not a tropical fruit? Are we sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I don't know
because
what... I didn't look up the origin of all of these.
I didn't either. I didn't look up peach, but when I think of a tropical fruit, personally, I don't think of peaches, so I wouldn't imagine that in 1980 people were thinking tropical peaches.
Yep.
That's 3 strikes, you're out. It goes over to the Tack family. They get a chance to steal, and they steal. Their guess is coconut, and that is number 5 on the board. And when Richard goes back to the Gideon family, who are sadly out of the game now because the Tacks have 200 points.
Yeah, the Tacks have once again won because the other team lost.
Exactly. Richard goes back over, and when he goes to the Gideon family, they say that they didn't guess coconut because it's not a fruit. And I was like, it's technically not a fruit. I don't think
it's a nut.
think it's a nut. Yeah. I was like, very smart. But he does say something very sweet to them as they're leaving, which is, we are very proud to have you as citizens, because they're going for citizenship.
Yeah. I don't think we mentioned at the beginning, but Augustine says at the beginning, at the top of the show, that like within a month they will be American citizens. Okay, all right. It's time for the third and final round of the Ding Dong survey. What's our current score?
Crystal has 35 and John has 46.
Let's go.
Okay.
I won the last round.
So,
That's right. So you get to go first this time.
That's right. I
Yep.
do.
all right. Name a tropical fruit.
Pineapple.
Number 1, 40.
Wow.
Whoop. Pineapple in the house. All right. Banana.
Number 4, 6.
Woo, bananas. Mango.
Number 2, 26.
Dang.
Oh yeah, no tropical fruits. Papaya.
Papaya, number 5, 6.
Whoa, just one more answer left on the board?
Yep.
Okay. Let's
5 seconds up.
Oh,
John?
A tropical fruit. I'm going to say coconut.
Nope.
our listeners, they know coconut doesn't count. Let's see. A tropical fruit. What about...
This has been way longer than 5 seconds.
No, you got to do 5 seconds. When you answer, you have 5 seconds to keep going.
Oh, so you can take as long as you want on your first answer.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Well, if it exceeds a certain amount, I'll start the 5 second counter
Okay.
again,
Okay.
All right.
and then force you.
Let's try dragon fruit.
Nope.
Kiwi.
Number 3 with 7.
Oh, look at that kiwi.
Yes.
All answers have been filled.
All right. Were
Yeah.
there any interesting responses there? I feel that's not as much room for funny business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one person did say coconut. It has nut in the name, so it's not a fruit.
I mean,
So,
but
just gonna say that. Durian. 4 people said durian.
interesting.
Yeah.
What's a durian?
Oh, it's a monstrosity. It's the disgusting spiky fruit.
Oh, it's the
Smells-
spiky.
Yeah.
So what's the score?
So
Final score?
Crystal has 113 points. John has 53.
Ooh,
Wait.
comeback girl.
How's that possible?
Because you
Oh,
3
that's right. I only
strikes
got
on
one.
the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Hey, Jim Blem, what's fast money? How does that work?
one family member is off stage while the other has a set amount of time to answer a list of questions. Then the one who is off stage comes on and answers the same questions, but their answers have to be different than the one they couldn't hear. If they earn 200 points together, they win the money.
All right. Yeah.
Money.
And as we're coming out, so the Tacks are going with the 1-2 punch of Joan and Nancy, which they have both times before, and it's been
Yep.
successful both times before.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. We come back from commercial break, and Richard's standing there with Joan, and we get the answer to one of the questions we always have about this, like whose idea was it in the family to come on the show? And there's a little bonus bit at the end of this clip that I want us to listen for.
Okay.
Whose idea was it to get on the show?
I think it was my mother's and
Faye?
mine together. Faye,
Oh, you and
right?
Faye?
Yeah.
Shut up, Dennis.
Who?
It was Dennis. Dennis
Oh.
started clapping, but he was the only one in there clapping, and Richard goes, "Shut up, Dennis."
Also, it's like he was the only. It's not that he was the only person on stage clapping.
Like
he was
the
the only
audience.
person in the whole place clapping.
Look at Alan's face when
I
it
know.
comes back to Dennis.
Alan is so happy.
He's like,
now.
finally, someone other than me is getting crap from Richard Dawson.
Mr. Hooray himself, the Sunshine Kid, finally.
Yeah. Okay, so let's listen to just
He
quickly.
looks so disappointed.
Yeah, Alan does. Yeah,
Dennis looks disappointed.
Disappointed. So just for purpose of review, let's listen to Joan's Fast Money round.
When you wash your clothes, some of them shrink. Name something that gets washed that doesn't shrink.
Undershirts,
Something in little boys' pockets.
frogs,
Somewhere you'd see flowers.
in a garden,
The age a woman should start moisturizing her skin.
25,
A way to change your appearance.
facelift.
Turn around.
Okay, so Joan is a professional.
She's so good.
She just pops out with answers. However, I have thoughts and feelings every time. So it's like, what do you find in a little boy's pocket? And she says frogs. And I'm like, do you live in Mark Twain's America? Like, does that happen?
Please let us know if you were once a little boy and put frogs in your pockets.
Or if
because
you've witnessed a little boy putting a frog in his pocket.
And if so, why? Were you?
Yeah.
Was it your pet? Did you name him Boris? Did
Yeah.
you want to put him in a little shoe? And
So
be like,
that's one. Two is, what age should a woman
yeah,
start moisturizing
Right.
her face?
right. Yeah, so that she doesn't look old and disgusting.
Yeah. This from a man who, he's lovely. He's aging gracefully. But you look like a catcher's mitt. How dare you? How dare you, sir? I know he doesn't write the questions. I'm still mad about it. Don't care.
Yeah. So yeah, Joan does a great job as usual. Undershirts was not a great answer.
It
Only 5
wasn't.
people.
Also, those are made out of cotton.
Frogs was the number one answer. 23 people on the survey said frogs.
Sure.
Garden 15. The 31 people agreed that that's when women should start moisturizing their faces.
I mean, to be frank, people should moisturize their skin from birth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's for your health, dummies.
And a way to improve your appearance, facelift, got 38 points. She got 112, so more than did her part.
She's over the 100-point hump, which,
Yep,
you know,
halfway there.
All things fair.
Okay. And so then up next, so we get Nancy coming out. She needs, what is that, 81 points?
That is correct.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I'm bad at math.
That's for luck. Here we go. When you wash clothes, some of them shrink. Name something that gets washed that doesn't shrink.
Underwear,
Try again.
socks,
Something in little boys' pockets.
the stones,
Somewhere you'd see flowers.
in the garden,
Try again.
in the fields,
The age a woman should start moisturizing her skin.
25,
Try again.
30.
A way to change your appearance. Turn around.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh, she ran out of time.
And
so
it was rough. It was
yeah,
rough going.
it was rough going. I do like her answer, the Stones,
Yes.
because it's like I like to imagine like, oi, we're down here in your, hi, I'm Mick Jagger, I'm in your pocket, oi, ain't we in here, Keith?
It's exactly what I thought too. I was like, these stones are in children's pockets?
Yeah,
That seems like it wouldn't work out physically, but I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
Well, I'm sure the stones got into plenty of children's pockets. But
Oh.
there was also in there, so when Richard's going over these answers with Nancy, he makes a reference to something that I'm constantly calling out about Richard, his love for W.C. Fields. Let's listen to that
right.
clip just real quickly.
Fields. I like W.C. Fields. He always had flowers around him.
Did he?
Of course, he was in
That's
love
nice.
with Flower Belle. Played by Mae West. Survey.
Oh,
And
good old Mae West.
I was like, he's calling out one of our favorites, Mae West.
Yeah.
You may know her from the quote, "Come up and see me sometime,"
Come up and see me sometime.
which you probably know if you're like me, originally from Bugs Bunny cartoons.
So Nancy does not do as well as her sister Socks, which is a good answer. Socks don't shrink. Only 4 people said Socks.
I mean, it's true. Doesn't mean it's popular.
Only 14 people had seen their little boys putting their stones in their pants.
Putting the Rolling Stones directly in their pockets.
Place where you see flowers, Fields was 0.
Although that is true.
30, much too late for women to start moisturizing. Only 17 people said that.
Obviously, your face
And-
is already crumbled and fallen right off your head.
Yeah, and she didn't even get around to answering a way to change your appearance, which
Right.
would be to start moisturizing earlier. But yeah, so the number one answers there
Oof.
were the towels that don't shrink,
Yes.
frog, funeral, the place where you see flowers,
I think those people are sad.
25, and also plastic surgery. All right, so I guess we should do our Fast Money,
Yeah.
and Crystal gets to participate in that.
All
okay?
right. Because I won. I am the champion.
You know what? I'm going to do the short version of this question because the part is just context. Okay. Name something that gets washed that doesn't shrink.
Towels.
Name something you find in small child's pockets.
Pebbles.
Name somewhere you see flowers.
A garden.
The age where a person should start moisturizing their skin.
15.
A way to change your appearance.
Hair dye.
Okay. When asked, name something that gets washed, that doesn't shrink, you said towels.
Towels.
Yes.
Number
towels.
1, 11 points.
Oh, but only 11?
I can't wait
What
to
were
hear
some of the other answers?
Some of them were number 4 with 7 answers was car.
That doesn't. It is something you wash that doesn't shrink.
Did we have the laundry part at the beginning?
No.
No.
Oh, that's
Okay.
why.
Just when you wash your clothes, some of them shrink.
Oh,
Some
okay.
people just wanted to say car. 7
Okay.
people.
Oh, we
wanted
did
to say-
have the setup.
We did
Yeah.
have this up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. One person said ... space. My answer is not safe for work.
Oh,
What are you putting in the? Is it
in
a
the
thong?
washer that doesn't.
Number 33. Someone
Oh.
said penis, and in brackets they said hee hee hee. So I
Whoever's
don't know.
just taking their penis off and throwing it in a washing machine.
I'm glad it doesn't shrink.
Also, you're a medical marvel.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
take yourself to a doctor.
There were a couple,
science.
just like me, like humans, people, Evan, me. you know.
What? They
we
didn't read
put the-
You ding dongs. Read the whole question.
But you said that the whole question was there
Yeah, everything. The setup.
with the
Yeah.
About laundry.
I mean, number 3 was dishes with 8 votes.
what?
Yeah.
Oh well, we probably wrote washer, but we didn't put. Well, we said when you
Read
wash,
us the question as we have it there, Judah.
Yes.
When you wash your clothes, some of them shrink. Name something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Smart
don't.
Alex.
All right.
Y'all,
Keep it up, ding dongs.
we love you.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So, when I asked something you find in small child's pockets, you said
in a small child's pocket.
yes. You said pebbles.
Yes. Is there a rock?
Yeah, there's rocks.
I think
That's
that should
why.
count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rocks, was number 1 with 45.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah.
So number 3 was trash.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
also fair.
Number 7 was boogers.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
That is also true.
Number 15, 1 vote, frog.
Oh, who are you? Tell us more.
Tell us the story about the frog
Yeah.
in the pocket. We want to know.
Let's see. It's
Did
not
you
a lot
name
of-
him?
There's not a lot of big ones, like phone. Mommy's jewelry is one.
Oh,
yeah,
that's little
yeah.
kleptomaniac.
Yeah. Coins. Just
Oh,
coins.
sure.
Uh,
Yep.
Number 5, food. Straight up food.
Yep.
Yeah,
That'll
no,
happen.
that totally happens. You find some errant Cheerios in there.
No. All right. So, when asked somewhere you see flowers, well, you weren't exactly asked that, but you said garden. That was number 1.
Hey, listen to us. Current ding dongs, much less depressed than people in 1980 who
Yeah.
said funeral.
Funerals.
Oh, by the way, number 2 was field.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh,
there
WC
you
Field.
go.
Number 3 was funerals.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see what else there was.
Funeral respondents, please go buy some flowers. They have them at the grocery store. Put them in a vase.
Yeah. One person said the I-40 overpasses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the I-40
Yeah.
overpasses with flowers on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Tulips.
No,
Tulips.
sorry.
No,
2
so-
people said the
Oh.
Netherlands.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I hope you guys know each other.
I
Two
hope you
people
do.
said outside.
Also fair. Yes.
I mean,
if we just walk out our door, we do see flowers.
Yeah.
We're very lucky in that.
Number 16, someone said Holland, which...
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, you guys know what that is. I don't.
It's a place.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for it. So when
I think it's the same as the Netherlands.
Holland is a geographical region and former province on the western coast of the Netherlands. So,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Holland and the Netherlands.
Same thing.
Same thing with the tulips. I hope all 3 of you know each other.
Yeah.
No. So
Because that's great.
when asked the age a person should start moisturizing their skin, you said 15.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of what people might say.
That was number 6 with 6 people
Hey.
saying 15. The number 1 answer is 30 with 18
Okay.
people.
Okay.
I'm
The
just-
second is 0 with 10 people.
Hey,
yeah, from
all
the-
right,
from the
There
get-go.
we go. Yes. The people who are waiting till 30 to put any sort of moisture on your face, y'all, it's not good for you.
So this one did have some standout ones. 2 people said when it gets dry.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
One person said always.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Another person said yesterday.
Usually that's
Yeah.
correct on
Yeah.
most preventative care things. You should have started yesterday.
Another person said never.
Nope.
Okay.
And last one, in all caps, lol what? So,
I will say I totally approve of lol what.
yeah.
Also, the person who said never probably maybe has skin like a custard apple, scaly,
Yep.
potentially succulent. All right. What was
Okay.
my
So-
final score there?
No, wait. There's one more
No,
still.
Oh,
there's
sorry.
one more. When asked a way to change your appearance, you said hair dye?
Yes. Dye your hair.
That was the second highest answer, 17. The highest answer was haircut.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
What else
third
we got
one
in there?
was third one was makeup.
Okay.
Yep.
Fourth was glasses.
Yep.
Sure.
Someone said, no, sorry, 2 people said facial hair, real or fake.
Correct.
Someone said drugs.
Yes.
Another person
Yes.
said metamorphosis.
Correct.
Someone
Okay.
else said Photoshop.
All
Someone,
right.
This is true.
Someone else said shape shifting.
Yes.
Someone else said squish. And another
Squish?
person said violence.
Yep. All right.
Also,
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. If you get punched in the face, you sure do look different.
So what was Crystal's final score?
111.
Woo!
111.
Whoa, yeah, you beat Joan.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Joan beat you by 1.
1 point, but I did my part.
That's
I
right.
hit over 100. Don't
Yep.
boo, Joan.
I'll do what I want.
All right. Yeah. So, so the Tax have once again defended their championship. They'll be back next week, and now it's time to listen to the parting gifts that some of the contestants
And audience members.
may receive.
May.
Some departing contestants received from Mr. Coffee a gift pack featuring America's #1 coffee maker and genuine Mr. Coffee accessories, including an extra decanter of Mr. Coffee filters, and a tote bag and buff puff, the gentle cleansing sponge to smooth and soften your skin and let the lovelier you shine through. Beautiful skin begins with buff puff, and St. Mary's bedspread is a decorating dream in fashion-right colors to wake up any bedroom, and a rechargeable sprayer in Thompson's waterproofing seal stain. Get deep penetrating color and surface protection for wood, concrete, and masonry. Thompson's waterproofing seal stain.
All right, you know what? I'm not mad at these.
Well, I agree. I want to hear what you have to say first about them, but I agree that like some of them are pretty good.
Yes. So I think that most of them are useful, although I will always be like, who wants to carry a can of waterproofing seal stain from Thompson's
See,
in their hand down the street? What? I really hope these are coupons.
yeah. So that's because the image that they show us, you know, I'm watching it. I'm like, coffee maker, great, awesome.
I can make a
good.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exfoliating pads. Thank
Sure.
you. Who couldn't use one of those? Bedspreads. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But then the image that they show us for the waterproofing seal stain from Thompson's, there's a gigantic can.
Yeah, it's
of that, like
huge.
easily like a 20-pound can of. I just imagine poor Augustine with his like cheerful demeanor, like trying to put a brave face on, like, oh, look at this great seal that we like. We could carry to the car from the studio. Like,
Let me lug this thing.
okay, well, that's the episode for today. Join us next time when we'll have the Tax back for another title defense against the new family.
Another tack attack.
Another tack attack. The Tax are back and they're set to attack.
If this were airing today, that's how that commercial would go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we hope that you join us then. And don't forget to check out the survey at twodingdongs.com. Send us any messages that you want to send it to us on Twitter at twodingdongs or
Go to Instagram, check out _, that's TWO, ding_dongs, that's us. And as we said at the top of the show, you can look out for a much longer survey this time. We'll also have this on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Also, 2 Ding Dongs.
Yep.
So keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Let us know how you feel about this episode.
Yeah.
We're all ears. Okay. We love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, they do that.
Yeah, they do. They do.
It's a real.
You said
real
do-do.